Alright guys, welcome back to Smashing Punk Fan. So today I'm going to be testing out the stereo from VINLAND. They created a very awesome plug-and-play system that directly fits into the 2012 F-150, which is actually your 12th generation F-150. If anybody doesn't know, that's 2009 through 14. So your dash, all your components, your sync, your modules, all match up to this, and they're going to plug in seamlessly. The best thing about this stereo setup that I actually like is that it shaved off the tune handle and volume. So it's a lot more sleek, it fits in better, and it takes a little bit getting used to, but if you've got the steering wheel controls, you can program it right here with the Maestro RR. This thing is easy. You're able to program it with a plug-and-play system on any laptop, and it takes in some of the information from the vehicle, like tire pressure monitoring system, RPM gauge. It's awesome. Let's dig into it. You want to start by disconnecting the positive post on the battery, let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can come in here to the glove box, drop it down. There'll be 3 bolts right up here. I don't know if you can see them. Get the light that way. We had one here, and now we're taking out the final one right there. So take those 3 out, and then you can pull the airbag. To pull the airbag, you simply want to start pulling on it, and you'll be able to pry underneath that edge just a little bit. So there, we got one started. That should be able to get your fingers under there. And I like to just kind of set it just like that. It gave room to that trim piece to come off, and that's all we need access to. It's still plugged in, which I don't like unplugging them, but if you wanted to, since the battery's disconnected, you technically could. But we'll go ahead and start with this trim piece, driver's side one, then the stereo itself can come out. So before you go getting all happy-go-lucky and pulling stuff out, you want to make sure to remove these 2 bolts up here. They're kind of copper colored. And whenever you go ahead and start prying on stuff, a lot of wiggly prying pull motion. There are 3 bolts that actually hold the stereo itself in. You'll see one behind the sync module down below and the top left and right. But like I said, when you're prying on stuff, just be careful, take your time, be patient. You can go ahead and transfer over some of the original sync module stuff from the right-hand side, the AC control, the climate control settings on the right hand side. It's a T20. You're just going to go ahead and transfer that on over. The other button control up there is the traction control and the hazard signal. That one's pretty easy. It has 2 push-in tabs. You just pull it over, and then you're going to start plugging in stuff one by one into this. And at first, like I said, it looks kind of overwhelming. There's so many wires going everywhere, but when you really kind of break it down, it is a lot more simple than you realize. Going into the computer right here, you'll see this is the web link application I was able to download, and it was very easy to go through the settings. You select your year, your make, your model, and then you can also select whether it's with or without factory navigation. It does all the work for you. You just have to answer a few questions. Make sure to get your UID right there so you can program it correctly. And like I said, it only took just a few minutes. This thing is pretty awesome, and I'm excited to see how we can also customize these buttons in the future, because if I decide to change the volume up, down, skip, you can program them to do whatever you want for the stereo, which is really, that's a cool feature. Now, I know it looks like a bundle of joy and it's a little bit overwhelming, but don't let it fool you. It's really not that bad. It's just, you know, chaos incarnate. Okay, in all seriousness, it really is not that bad. So you have the main connector right here, coming right off of the bottom. Pretty much everything else, including the Maestro box, which where I put it right there. Everything kind of goes through it the same way this one did with the old stereo. It kind of has to go through and power up everything, but this one's a little different. It does integrate into the actual drivability of the vehicle. So it gives you an RPM gauge, it gives you a miles per hour, location, GPS, all that stuff. It kind of keeps track of that. So like I said, don't let it overwhelm you. Kind of all just kind of plugs into it and goes through it. So it's pretty much all the wiring harness. This is where the factory stuff will hook up. So that's just one connector. Goes through, little chaos, factory connectors, not that bad. The other 2 factory connectors go right there. Still not that bad. Circuit lighter, the sync will go right there. This is just GPS. That's all that is. It has an extension, so in case you want to route it somewhere further up in the dash or closer to the windshield. This right here is the external microphone. Again, don't let it overwhelm you. It's not that bad. It's got a sticky pad. I've got one in my hand for it. We're going to get that stuck to the windshield. And then right here, these 2 are USB. That's all they are. They're bundled together just like that. So the USB. This is the OBD2. We're going to plant this somewhere underneath maybe in the glove box. That way we can still access it because it kind of goes to some of the system settings in the Maestro. So we'll just take that with the USB also. This one is for the antenna, and that's pretty much it. So we are ready to go and install it in the truck. So your best bet is to find a nice shady cool spot underneath a tree, and when you go to start hooking this up, you want to lay it across the dash right there, the center console, and then slowly start hooking up one cable at a time. And when you do this, eventually you'll realize you've gotten through all the cables and you can start tucking it all the ways in. Some of them make it a little bit harder, so you're going to do it in a little bit of a sequence. I like to start at the very bottom of the module whole setup and just work my way up. And once you get to the top is when it gets the tightest. Let's go ahead and see that beautiful screen come on right now. That's my digital rearview mirror powering on. Now, out of all the stereos I've tried so far, this one has got to be the cleanest and sharpest looking one out there. It is definitely an upgrade that this truck needed, and at 525,000 miles, you don't realize how clunky and old and outdated the stereo system is until you get into something newer like this. And once you start trying it, you'll realize how cool it is. The updated features being more modernized, having a digital screen, but also so much stuff is run out of YouTube, like you guys are literally watching right now, that you realize it's fun on a road trip just to put on even a podcast, or you can listen to a comedy show, which is one of my favorite things to do. Shout out Tom Segura. But yeah, to have us updated in an older truck like this, especially if you work out of it, if you spend, you know, any amount of ungodly time, travel very far, this is something that will definitely make that drive a lot easier for you. Vinland, thank you so much for sending me this product. This is awesome. I think it's very much something that the truck needed, especially at 525,000 miles. This is not your average F-150. This thing has been to the moon, and yeah, it stopped there. But it's still going, so maybe we can come back to Earth. But either way, this has been an awesome stereo, and I'm glad to have it. So thank you guys for sponsoring this video. One thing I just noticed right now, which is pretty cool, even the truck itself, because this gets covered up, this little screen, this is part of the classic F-150 setup, it is even acknowledging that it's in Android Auto mode right now, which is pretty cool. So I don't think that this generation truck, because it's so old, 12th generation, had Android Auto in any way, shape, or form, but the odds are what it's reading is the output through the sync. It's showing, like, when you would play certain music, you know, the CD player itself would say Rodney Carrington or, you know, Smashing Pumpkins, whatever it is you're listening to. So I think it's just reading what the system is putting out right now, like through the aux cord. So that's cool. It's just cool, though, to see before we cover back up that it acknowledged is Android Auto and a 12th generation F-150. So now that we know that everything is functioning and working the way it should, we can go ahead and finalize tucking everything back in and putting it away finally. I always like to run that test before we put everything together, just in case something isn't plugged in correctly. It's better to fix it now versus taking off these panels again. They're not that hard, it's just you don't want to be messing with stuff, especially as it gets older and more brittle. So I'm going to apply all three of the screws, top left, top right, and the dead center underneath the sync module behind there. I usually tuck in the right hand, or the left hand driver's side one, I apologize, then the right hand side, and then the airbag for finality. We'll also plug in the battery and get everything going again. So now we can finally test out all these features as I go ahead and run it out on the road, see what it's like to actually demonstrate on the streets, and just enjoy this new product, because it's pretty amazing and it brings life to the truck that didn't exist before. So I'm excited for it. So I set up the camera and forced my brother to go through the settings here, but he went ahead and found my YouTube channel and went ahead and clicked on stuff, and we got it hooked up to Wi-Fi. So it functions while going on the road. It's pretty awesome. You can just cruise the internet. There's also a web browser, but like I said, you can go to the Google Play Store in there and add different things. So I'm pretty sure you can even do Netflix if you wanted to, or even Hulu if you want to watch TV programs. If you're one of those people who travels a lot and you spend some idle time, if you're out at an oil rig, or you know, you're a construction worker and you do have break periods you can take in your truck, this is definitely the thing for you, because it's going to give you some of that at-home features while you're away from home, because that's definitely what I do. I work in my truck like an office. I need it to function and have some of those creature comforts that just make you feel like you're at home, even though you're not. And you're, you know, probably a hardworking dude who works 14 hours a day. So yeah, get on here, check out Vinland. Like I said, there's going to be a link in the description where you guys can save yourself a little bit of change. And I appreciate all the love and support, and we will catch you guys in the next video.